Welcome everyone to Tang Yen Review channel. Before we dive into today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share so more people can discover us. Enjoy the show. I bought a girl with autism, innocent and adorable. Every day I lean close to her ear whispering silly words, watching her tremble with embarrassment, even forced to the point of saying it'll definitely kill you. Later her true identity was revealed. Turns out she was a lost heiress of a wealthy family. I was so terrified I retired overnight swapping for a new mask. Just as I tore open the packaging, the girl led a group to surround my house completely. Her eyes burned with obsession, as if she'd devour me alive. She truly meant what she said. That night I nearly lost half my life. Back home I flicked on the living room light as usual, walking smoothly to the corner of the room. The girl nearly 1.70 meters tall, yet curled up on the cramped sofa, her skin ghostly pale. Even with her eyes closed, you could still see the striking beauty of her features. Perhaps sensing someone approaching, Tang Yen suddenly opened her eyes, like a startled little beast, her eyes still tinged with sleepiness, making one want to protect her. Such a pity for a character like her, a beautiful but useless item. I sighed inwardly, reaching out to pat the girl's fluffy hair. Didn't I tell you already? When I come through the door, you're supposed to greet me, like Zitsai does. Zitsai was the dog I bought to keep Tang Yen company, specially to comfort her. But usually, Tang Yen's gaze toward Zitsai was always cold, especially when Zitsai jumped into my arms to nuzzle, so cold it sent chills down the spine. In less than a week, the once lively and cheerful dog grew listless. Depressed for a time, I had no choice but to send Zitsai back to the center and conveniently ordered another comfort dog for her. Tang Yen dodged my touch, silently standing up from the sofa. On the dining table was a bowl of nutritious porridge long gone cold. I had instructed the housekeeper to prepare it before I left for work. She hadn't touched a single bite. The customer service team said, "For an autistic inner vessel, you have to coax slowly. Absolutely no rushing." So I played the gentle older brother for a whole week, but the girl's eyes remained empty and emotionless. Forget the slow coaxing act. If nothing I did was right, then anything I did would do. I picked up the bowl of porridge, my eyes gleaming as I caressed Tang Yen's face. My fingers slowly slid down, gripping her chin. "Baby, I get it now. You didn't drink because your master didn't feed you by mouth, right?" Tang Yen, caught off guard by my sudden change in attitude, flinched. Her expressionless face suddenly shifted. Her throat made a few choke sounds. The more anxious she got, the less she could speak. Her hands flailed as if leaving after images. I understood her meaning. Got it. You want me to feed you by mouth? The girl's already pale face flushed red as if bleeding, shaking her head frantically. But I gave her no chance to refuse. Taking a mouthful of porridge, I leaned down to kiss her lips. The porridge was sweet, the girl's lips and tongue soft. Tang Yen froze completely. Only after I fed her more than half the bowl did she remember to resist. "So you like eating what I've already tasted? You should have said so earlier. You've been starving yourself thin. I don't know if other parts have gotten smaller too. Need me to check?" The girl reluctantly swallowed the porridge in her mouth, her voice angry, trembling yet elegant. Since I brought her home, this was the first time I heard Tang Yen speak. Sure enough, the unorthodox method worked. I was overjoyed, casually continuing, "Not enough, huh? Then one more bite." Tang Yen's eyes widened, her forehead beaded with sweat. The inner vessel pattern on her collarbone flickered faintly. I curiously leaned closer to look. The girl hurriedly gulped down the entire bowl of porridge, panicking as she fled. I meant to chase after her, but lines of scrolling text appeared before my eyes, laughing my ass off. "Yi Han is such a chatterbox. Finally stopped pretending to be a gentleman. This past week was killing me. Almost broke from holding it in. This is much better, naughty but reassuring, haha. Ziquan is Ziquan no matter where he goes, making even an autistic girl speak. Yi Han is the real deal." Didn't anyone see how excessive Yi Han was, teasing and bullying a patient like that? Tang Yen clearly also enjoyed it, right? The inner vessel pattern flickering, means she's already moved. Seeing the scrolling text, I froze. Thought it was because I'd suppressed my true nature too long, causing hallucinations. But curiosity got the better of me. I sent a message to customer service. Excuse me, does the flickering inner vessel pattern mean anything special? You probably saw it wrong. The inner vessel pattern only appears in top-tier grade demons. Our shop, open for 100 years, has never seen one. It said the demon clan, due to their overwhelming power, forbids forming contracts with humans, fearing the destruction of their loved ones. As expected of a company selling inner vessels, their words were always shocking. Unconvinced, I pressed on. Then is it possible for Tang Yen to suddenly start eating well? Customer service tactfully replied, considering you bought a defective inner vessel, and one with autism at that, we can't provide the usual special services. If you're dissatisfied, within a year the shop can offer a refund anytime. I savored the wonderful sensation of kissing Tang Yen, replying that I didn't need a refund for now. After the incident with Zitsai, Tang Yen finally learned to eat on her own. I was addicted to watching her sweeping kicks, smugly demanding to see her legs. Tang Yen's pupils suddenly contracted, as if she didn't expect me to so casually utter such shameless words. Stepping forward, I casually ruffled the girl's hair, turning her meticulously styled hair into a bird's nest. Tang Yen, like a proper girl teased by a thug, her body trembled, struggling, shouting for me to stop. I switched to another spot instead, casually asking Tang Yen, are you only a vacant inner vessel? Why have I never seen your sister? Tang Yen stayed silent, tilting her head, her ears quickly flushed red. Turns out she understood immediately. How did I not notice before? This defective item, this little inner vessel, had such an abstract talent. If it were anyone else ignored every day, they'd probably stop seeking trouble. But it's been different since childhood. At home, pestering my parents; at school, dragging the strictest disciplinary committee member to whisper during class, laughing hysterically. Even when truly alone, I could chat lively with scammers, talking until in the end, the scammer cried, begging me not to bother them over the phone anymore, perhaps feeling the spot I touched was dirty. Tang Yen, despite the broken water heater, still prepared to bathe in cold water. My talkative disease flared up, chasing her to share worldly tales. I know a pair of siblings, fighting to the death over inheritance, ended up drunk and brawling, fighting and rolling onto the same bed. And my friend who loves raising flies. People say the juvenile form of pets is the cuttest, so now Hayes switched to raising maggots. Tang Yen, do you know what maggots like to eat? Don't want to know. Tang Yen hunched over, her expression slightly off, her tone especially cold. Ignored so brutally, I secretly stole her towel and bathrobe. The saying is true, don't provoke anyone, especially a Scorpio. After the bathwater stopped running, Tang Yen helplessly searched everywhere, even trying to wrap herself in the anti-slip mat. After a long while, Tang Yen timidly spoke, Han, are you out there? No one answered. A few seconds later, the bathroom door was pushed open. Tang Yen took one step out. I pretended to pass by, looking her up and down. No wonder she's the one I chose at first sight. Tang Yen hurriedly hid half her body behind the bathroom door. I winked, trying to seduce me, huh? Tang Yen frowned, struggling to retort, each word forced out. I stepped closer, leaning in, whispering by her ear, Tang Yen, am I not seducing you enough, making you impatient? Per protocol, inner vessels sold by the company must undergo inspection after unboxing before deciding to keep or discard. But due to Tang Yen's special condition, this step was skipped. The girl bit her lower lip tightly, hesitantly asking, so you don't plan to let me go? But your tail doesn't seem to think so. Tang Yen's inner vessel tail poked out from the door crack, irritably brushing against my leg, inching upward. I reached out, gently stroking it. The tip of the tail smooth and sleek. So cute, I want to take a bite. Tang Yen huffily retracted her tail, holding it close, cutting me off. No, don't touch. Looking at me with eyes full of horror, so stingy. At that moment, the scrolling text exploded. Han Bao, do you even know what an inner vessel's tail means? This naughty brat isn't gentle at all. Male lead, come save our poor Tang Yen already. She's about to be driven mad by this perverted sidekick. Don't rush upstairs. Without the sidekick's torment, how could the female lead realize how precious the male lead's gentleness and respect are? Am I the only one shipping this pair? I'm dying to know. What happened to those siblings fighting over inheritance? Did they strangle each other after waking up? The scrolling text reappeared after a long time. I finally realized this wasn't a hallucination. According to them, the beautiful inner vessel I spent a fortune on would end up loving another man. What doesn't belong to me, why should it belong to him? Tang Yen is an ungrateful wretch. Halfway through my accusations, I noticed tears glistening in the girl's eyes, realizing I'd bullied her too much. I could only toss her the bathrobe. The girl quickly covered herself, brushing past me. I caught a glimpse of her collarbone. Strange, intricate patterns. Unable to curb my curiosity, I followed Tang Yen into the room she usually stayed in. What are you doing? Tang Yen's voice grew smoother, but still cold. I remembered the male lead the scrolling text mentioned, angrily pulling her collar, boldly demanding, "Who's that man?" The moment our skin touched, I realized Tang Yen's body was burning hot. Looking at the girl's jade-like chest, I realized I was seeing things again. Adding on, "You cost me 3 months' salary. We signed a contract. You belong to me for life." Tang Yen's eyes flickered, seeming slightly puzzled. Chastity is a woman's most precious asset. A woman without self-respect is no different from rotten cabbage. Got it? Tang Yen's face grew darker. Reaching to close the door, I quickly slipped into the room, pushing the girl onto the bed, straddling her, words pouring out like rapid fire. Inner vessels aren't allowed to abandon humans, don't you know? Self-reflection. A woman who doesn't uphold virtue will be nailed to the pillar of shame. Men out there are all bad. Only your master truly cherishes women. Past 25, you're basically 60. By then your beauty will fade, your love will dry up. At that point, I might consider letting you go. Halfway through, I noticed the girl's abnormality. What are you thinking? Are you sick, Han? Tang Yen stared at my moving lips, almost grinding her teeth. The scrolling text exploded again. Tang Yen was muttering something in her heart. Want to kiss, don't dream. Upstairs. Can't you see the female lead is about to hate the sidekick to death? Sick? What's sick? It's clearly her heat cycle. With the inner vessel care manual sent by customer service, you didn't even read a bit. Hey, so thrilling. Just enjoy it for now. Pupils out of focus. Throat sore, legs weak, stomach tight. Thump, 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 heat cycle the tail. I mumbled to myself, looking at the dazzling mask before me, like a snake coiling around me. I couldn't resist grabbing the tail, squeezing lightly. A seductive smile, the most stubborn mouth. The girl let out a soft moan, veins bulging on her neck, reaching to stop me, trying to roughly pull me off her. But I was prepared. Like an octopus, limbs wrapping tight, yanking the tail. Tang Yen's bathrobe fell in tatters, the tip of her hair brushing her lower abdomen. Clothes tossed haphazardly to the foot of the bed. Tang Yen's voice trembled, resisting until her whole body shook. Han, you dare. I endured the pain, leaning down to seal her lips. Baby, you don't like it. If you don't, why's your hand there? Tang Yen, lying like that must be tiring, you know. Why's your tail swelling up even more? Can you control it a bit? Han, shut up. The next day, I couldn't recall when I passed out. Only remembered half-conscious, one hand covering my mouth, another choking my neck. A fierce tone, word by word, "It'll definitely kill you." But to make Tang Yen, who since birth had never shown a shred of emotion, both angry and aggrieved. Only Han could understand that. After all, it's hard to find a guy more reckless than Han. God, the female lead humiliated to this extent. She must hate the sidekick to death. Tang Yen fiercely resists social interaction. After achieving an intimate relationship, I started thinking of ways to force her out. What's my ID number? Get it wrong and you're going to return a delivery for me. The girl calmly recited a string of numbers. Normally my mouth never stops. I'd already told her everything from birth to now, shared it all with Tang Yen, but I didn't expect her to actually remember. I kept pestering her. Then what's the ID number of my second aunt? and the illegitimate child of my great-grandfather. Tang Yen froze. I wickedly bit her neck. Yi Han, you jerk. The girl reluctantly left the house. Only then did I realize I sent the wrong delivery, hurriedly chasing after her, but unexpectedly saw the cold inner vessel from before, smiling at a man. The scrolling text gasped in shock. Turns out Tang Yen is the lost heiress of a wealthy family. I said it. How could a defective item be the female lead? Seeing this, I suddenly stopped in my tracks. Even after over 10 years apart, the female lead could still recognize her childhood sweetheart. Once he returns to confirm with his parents, the female lead will truly escape her misery. Sidekick, come take a look. This is the real redemption story. A gentle yet strong male lead, not someone forcing the female lead to do things she hates every day. Hanbao, what do we do? Autism and talkativeness were so fun. Why suddenly follow the plot? The sidekick's about to lose his life and still dreams of love. Don't forget what Tang Yen said. If she could shed, definitely kill Yi Han. My heart jolted. Until Tang Yen and the male lead parted. She turned and walked into the delivery station, slowly heading back to the counter. The guard and Tang Yen locked eyes, staring for half a day. Neither spoke first. The guard gestured for ages. Tang Yen realized in despair. Shed met a real mute, reluctantly placing the delivery box on the counter, her eyelids drooping, returned to short words. But Tang Yen seemed to have used all her strength, her eyes fixed on the ground. The guard swiftly opened the box. Inside was a brand new toy, suddenly revealed before both their eyes. The guard looked up at Tang Yen meaningfully. The girl's neck flushed red. Her lips moved, but she couldn't say a word. The scrolling text laughed hysterically, haha. Tang Yen's one attempt at openness cost her a lifetime of introversion. The sidekick is truly both dumb and wicked. Clearly knowing Tang Yen isn't normal. Why keep forcing her to do these things? But since Han Bao showed up, Tang Yen's speech has gotten smoother. She seems more human too. Isn't that much better than curling up on a dark sofa every day? Han Bao in some ways is the one who truly respects her right, never treating Tang Yen like a patient. Of course not exactly like a person either. Too lazy to argue with you all. Anyway, the male lead's here. The female lead's true identity is clear. I'm waiting to see the sidekick get his comeuppance. My thoughts tangled like a mess. I hurriedly ran home, looked up info online about the wealthiest Tang family. According to public records, their only daughter was an extremely rare high-grade demon, kidnapped at age 4. The male led Han Sheng and Tang Yen. Their families were old allies, betrothed since childhood. Everything matched. I wasn't seeing things. The inner vessel pattern on Tang Yen's collarbone was real. My mind went blank for a moment. Trembling, I texted my friend at the Tang Corporation. My friend replied, "God, Yi Han, thanks for remembering me. I thought you and that inner vessel were lost in your own world, oblivious to everything else." I got straight to the point. What if I offended someone from the Tang family? The inner vessel might be the chairman's darling daughter. My friend freaked out. You mean the girl you've been forcing for months? Who says she hates you every day? That defective item is the chairman's cherished daughter. Yi Han, if you manage to keep your life, let's ring each other up. Halfway through talking with my friend, the front door swung open. The flush on Tang Yen's face hadn't faded. Normally, I'd have hugged the girl, spouting a string of nonsense to make her blush with shame. But now, I just felt guilty, forcing a smile uglier than crying, then hurriedly hiding in the bedroom. My friend asked seriously, "Does Tang Yen know her true identity yet?" I wasn't sure. The scrolling text said Han Sheng only suspects. Has confirmed with the elders. My friend calmly analyzed. Then get away from Tang Yen now, and move out. Once she returns to the Tang family, she'll have plenty to deal with. Probably too busy to bother with you. Yi Han, Tang Yen's knocking. Her cold voice came from outside the bedroom. I returned the delivery. Why didn't you tell me about it? Her later words faltered unsaid. I opened the door smiling apologetically. My bad. What happened again? Tang Yen looked like she'd seen a ghost, staring at the door, not planning to leave. After a long while, I heard her stammer, "Do you really like those things?" I nodded, "Sure, let's say that," thinking to myself, she probably thinks I'm shameless again. Tang Yen's eyelashes trembled slightly. She curled back onto the sofa. For some reason, I felt like she was sulking, but time was tight. No room to think too much. I opened my phone quickly, filling out the return form. Tang Yen's existence was a ticking time bomb. Staying one more second meant more danger. But when I got to the reason for return, I hesitated. Irritated, I stood up, looking around. By chance, I saw Tang Yen's phone screen light up. It was a picture of Han Sheng. The girl quickly turned it off. "Who's that?" I smiled brightly. Tang Yen's eyes dodged. "Not important." I knew she was lying, so I didn't press further. As usual, I leaned in for a kiss. She dodged fine. "You've got someone in your heart. Don't even want me to touch you," my mood sang. Probably my existence was blocking her and Han Sheng's mutual run toward each other. I quietly reopened the return page. In the reason section, angrily typed "lack of virtue." Thunderstruck. Then hit send. That night, Tang Yen and I each had our own thoughts. The house was rarely quiet. I held the tablet, browsing new inner vessels recommended by customer service. Ching, these models all have special functions and guaranteed absolute loyalty. Ching, what type do you like? Like cold or lively? Homely or domineering? I deliberately picked traits opposite to Tang Yen. I want the enthusiastic, lively type, like a puppy. Customer service quickly sent a photo. Not as pretty as Tang Yen, but decent figure, all right. I'll take this one. The next day, I gave Tang Yen an address. Tricked her into buying candied hawthorn for me. In reality, the company's inner vessel retrieval team was waiting there. Tang Yen seemed to sense something, asking repeatedly, 2 or 3 times. Her eyes both aggrieved and angry. "Yihan, you really want me to go to Man Guo? I'm clearly not even 25 yet." I was confused by her words. Patted her butt, urging, "Go quick or I'll strip you." Under my naughty threat, Tang Yen gave me a deep look, pushed the door, and left. As soon as she was gone, I grabbed my suitcase and moved to a new place. Also brought back Zitsai, the comfort dog. By the time I finished bustling about, dusk was falling. The new inner vessel had been delivered. Zitsai urged me to inspect the new mom. I rubbed my hands like a fly, eagerly tearing open the packaging. Before I could do anything else, rustling sounds came from outside. I looked through the window. My house was surrounded. Each black-clad figure held a gun, tall, muscular, and menacing. They didn't look friendly. My phone lost signal. The internet was cut off too. A chill ran through me. These guys had planned this. Just as I was desperately preparing to write my will, the coded door was opened. I mustered all my courage to look at the intruder. Stunned, speechless for half a day. "Tang Yen, weren't you already returned?" The girl gave a self-mocking smirk. Tang Yen before me was dark and brooding, stepping forward in red-heeled shoes. Her eyes bloodred, her aura chilling my spine. The last time I felt this was when Zitsai nuzzled me. Stubbornly, I asked the obvious question. "You know your true identity now, don't you?" The distance between Tang Yen and me closed. I couldn't escape, hiding behind the newly opened inner vessel, peeking out. Tang Yen, calmed down. Back then, we all had our own struggles. Halfway through, I clammed up guiltily. Seems I really didn't have any struggles. Tang Yen signaled with her eyes. A black-clad man stepped in, one hand grabbing the new inner vessel, the other leading Zitsai, taking both out and politely closing the door. Tang Yen's gaze swept over me. Her throat moved heavily. For inspection, I bathed twice, lit incense, opened a bottle of wine, even prepared a cool outfit. Who could have known the beautiful wedding night would turn out like this? Yihan. Tang Yen's eyes flickered between cold and hot, her voice low. "Why don't you want me? I really can do it. Always could. I was just afraid of hurting you. Why didn't you give me more time? Why buy another inner vessel? If I'd come a bit later, would you have drunk wine with her?" I'd never seen Tang Yen say so much at once. Her heart pounded, like it would explode. "What are you talking about?" I shrank into a defensive stance. "What do you mean I don't want you? Don't you hate me, despise me? Don't you like that Han Sheng guy? Didn't you say you'd kill me? The new inner vessel at least has full functions, unlike you just a decorative pillow. When it comes to verbal sparring, i.e. Han never lose. I took a deep breath, ready to keep attacking. My mouth was suddenly blocked. My first reaction was secret joy. Tang Yen kissed me on her own. My efforts paid off. Second reaction is this girl crazy. The inner vessel pattern on Tang Yen's collarbone glowed brighter. I quickly tasted blood in my mouth. Oxygen in my lungs dwindled. My mind stopped working. Yi Han ready for inspection. You prepared to boxes for that new inner vessel. Can you use them all? A seductive voice whispered in my ear. I trembled like a frightened dog. You said in bed no means yes. Tang Yen used my own motto, leaving me speechless. The girl gently kissed me. Yi Han, I hate you to death. Tang Yen truly meant what she said. That night I nearly lost half my light. In a daze my vision blurred. I couldn't see clearly. Wait, am the real male lead right? But who can tell me? Is Tang Yen jealous? She's not taking revenge. She's clearly mad with jealousy, turning an autistic girl into a vengeful ghost, spouting naughty words with possessive intensity. Yi Han is truly one of a kind. Tang Yen, do you really hate him? All this talk, isn't it just that you hate the moon doesn't shine only for you? Hate that he never truly cared. Hate that from start to finish he was just playing. When returning her, I had no hesitation. Well, she genuinely fell for him. Letting others judge it was just a joke. I went to see the master upstairs the day he announced his retirement from writing. I absolutely can't agree. After all, remember what customer service said. Tang Yen is a demon. I'm really afraid Han Bao will be destroyed. Waking up, my body ached terribly. I even wanted to take painkillers, but there were none at home. I looked at Tang Yen, eyes red with worry, still reluctant to speak. Want some milk? I just heated it. Tang Yen's strength seemed to wane, her eyes tinged with the commanding hue of the Yen clan. Her lips curled into a faint smile. I waved it off. Take it away. Just seeing it makes me nauseous. The scrolling text laughed hysterically. What's with that phrasing? The female lead is sometimes so clueless. Doesn't she see what this milk resembles? God, why is Han Bao nauseous? So hard to predict. No choice. I just checked the settings. The female lead is a demon. By logic, this is a species meant to abstain for life. Once they break the rule, the first time could very well kill someone, so they must restrain themselves. But they need release only able to. Han Bao, if you knew this day would come, would you regret whispering silly words in her ear back then? Making her break her vows with your flirtations? Looking back now, those days teased by Han Bao. The female lead seemed to hate it on the surface, but deep down she was thrilled, right? Tang Yen carefully cooked another bowl of goji berry porridge, but I really had no appetite. Tang Yen, where's Zitsai and that other inner vessel? The girl frowned, didn't answer, just quietly peeled an apple. Despite my aching body, I couldn't stop rambling. ZK, a good dog. Dogs and demons are both creatures. Technically, you're relatives. And that other inner vessel, even closer to you, both from the same company, practically colleagues. Now that you've made it big, not helping your colleagues or juniors is one thing. How could you be so rough? From the same roots. Why make each other suffer? Tang Yen stuffed a slice of apple in my mouth, her face dark. If I'd come one time too late, would you and that thing have? I knew what Tang Yen meant to ask. Nodded. Of course, I'm not a demon. No need to abstain. The fruit knife sank deep into the cutting board. Juice spurted out. At that moment, Tang Yen's phone rang. It was Han Sheng calling. She didn't answer, but put on a code as if to go out. Sick since childhood. Every time Tang Yen went out, her fingertips trembled with nerves. My heart couldn't help but ache. Before I racked my brains to get her out, and failed. The male lead just makes one call, and she suppresses her discomfort to go. How can the days be the same for everyone? Tang Yen, I revealed the bruises on my body. I bullied you before. Now you've paid me back. Are we even? Not even. I was about to snap. Suddenly my phone pinged with a 10 million transfer. Tang Yen sent it. Well, she's right. Between people, No need to keep score so clearly. After recovering my strength, I happily texted my friend stop eating instant noodles. That what you like ill-treat you. My friend was shocked. Did scammers kidnap you to Myanmar? What the heck? The money's from Tang Yen. My friend. But doesn't Tang Yen have a betrothal with Han Sheng? What are you two? I was basking in the joy of the money. Hadn't thought it through, now jolted awake, right? Don't worry, I don't do immoral things. I'll take the money. But with Han Sheng, it'll definitely clear things up. Right, but you can't meet empty-handed. Those flies have been raising are getting fat. Pure protein. Save them for your friend who eats wall plaster. Maybe hell like it. I thought Han Sheng, a top-tier rich heir, would be hard to reach. But he replied to my email instantly, readily agreeing to meet at a high-end Western restaurant. I slowly removed my mask. Han Sheng was enthusiastic. Hi Yi Han. You know me, Tang Yen showed me your picture. Just once. But handsome guys are hard to forget. Thanks, I didn't expect Tang Yen would introduce me to Han Sheng. Can our relationship be public? Tang Yen doesn't care much about money or status. Back then, no matter how I persuaded, she wouldn't return to her. Thanks to you, I wouldn't have such a capable assistant. What do you mean? You mean Tang Yen knew she was the Tang Corporation's only daughter? Knew how early Han Sheng sipped his wine? Before you chose and bought her, she knew. She just didn't let me tell. I showed my confusion. Then why did she later agree to return to the Tang family? Han Sheng smiled, eyes twinkling, his voice gentle. To earn money for the one she likes to spend, of course. I cautiously asked, isn't the one she likes you? Han Sheng shook his head. How could that be? I don't like her either. But Yi Han, we do have something we both like. Han Sheng and I said in unison, money. That's why I sought Tang Yen to collaborate. She's the sole daughter of the prestigious Tang family. She can help me deal with CEO Liu and those illegitimate kids eyeing the prize. Because the Tang and our families have tightly bound interests, I need to pick a side. The business war talk that followed left me bewildered. But from Han Sheng's praise, Tang Yen was a business prodigy. Pity she didn't focus on it before. But now she's finally shining. After dinner with Han Sheng back home, Tang Yen had been waiting on the sofa for a while. On the table was a bowl of cold porridge. I vaguely felt this scene was familiar. Like Tang Yen and I had switched roles. Why didn't you eat? I ate Western food with Han Sheng. I casually took off my shirt in front of Tang Yen, changed into pajamas. The girl seemed to choke, coughing twice. Her face flushed, avoiding my gaze. She took out an exquisite jewelry box. Inside was the expensive watch I'd wanted for ages. Told everyone I was dying to have it. But only Tang Yen took it seriously. I suddenly felt like teasing, casually asking that rainy day a month ago. I complained to you which sushi at that Japanese place was bad. Tang Yen answered instantly, sea urchin sushi. I ramble about nonsense every day. Even I don't remember the main points. Didn't expect Tang Yen to recall every little thing. Tang Yen, you're secretly in love with me, I declared confidently. The girl didn't respond. Just repeated with difficulty, I hate you. Give you another chance to answer. Hint, I like the straightforward puppy type. Zeet sigh, and that sweet underclassman who chased me in college. Tang Yen grew quieter. Went back to the sofa, hugging a pillow silently. Just kept transferring money. Soon my phone got 7 or 8 deposit notifications. Earth sign plus autism, what can you do? Just let me talk a bit more. Tang Yen, the girl looked up. Beautiful yet fragile. No one would think. Last night she nearly killed me. I took a deep breath. Confess to me now, or I'll buy a new inner vessel. Want wait for you. When you're not here, I'll take her to a hotel for inspection. Tang Yen gripped my wrist tightly. Her lips moved. Yi Han, I like you. I helped her finish the rest. I love you, adore you, respect you, want to be with you forever. Just one sentence. Is it that hard? I waited forever. Tang Yen still couldn't say it. I thought, fine, today's done. We'll talk tomorrow. But unexpectedly heard Yi Han. Let's get married. Tang Yen's eyes burned. The money's all yours. No kids. Forever loyal. Never betray. Is that okay on the wedding day? Tang Yen and I just had a simple candlelit dinner. A wedding's too complicated. I'm too lazy for it. Tang Yen even less like socializing. That night the only freaking expensive wedding dress was torn to shreds in my broad hands. A whole week without rest. I found excuses to refuse. We're out of condoms. Tomorrow, okay. Tang Yen quietly took two boxes from the bedside. I couldn't believe it. You bought these. I howled back but burst out laughing. Tang Yen went to return that delivery and was so embarrassed. Can't imagine what it was like when she bought these. But soon I couldn't laugh anymore. No idea how many times I passed out. It was like Tang Yen and I shared a dream. In the dream, it was her perspective. The first time I brought Zitsai to meet her, Tang Yen saw Zitsai nuzzle into my arms. Fuming so much she gritted her teeth. Such low tactics, even if I told you, I wouldn't bother. Yihan looked at me 10 times today. Looked at Zitsai 12 times. Why if I turned into a dog, Yihan? Would you praise me more? The scene shifted to when I fed her porridge mouth to mouth. I didn't mean it like that. He did it on purpose. But when he caressed my face, his hands seemed to have. Tang Yen, you're definitely crazy. Why is my mind full of him kissing? Like flipping through a movie scene by scene. I was addicted to watching her sweeping kicks. Tang Yen looked calm and emotionless, but her inner voice nearly deafened me. Do men all like new things? No, it's not Yihan's fault. It's those shameless women. They seduced Yihan, but why did Yihan let them? Yihan sighed so many times. Why don't I have special functions? But I do. It's just that I'm afraid of breaking him. Yihan's chatting with his friend again. Why are even men competing with me? Yihan did it on purpose again, whispering words that make my heart race and face flush. Even teasing my tail. He clearly doesn't like me. Why bully me like this? I hate him. I couldn't hold back venomous words. My mind's a mess, flashing through our daily interactions. I blurted out women over 25 are like 60. Tang Yen worried about it until now. A tragic emotion peaked the day I returned her. Yihan doesn't want me anymore. Am I old? But am not even 20. Have I lost my beauty? Am I worse than the new inner vessel? Yihan said he really liked my face. Sure enough, humans all get bored. He's a liar. He's sweet to everyone, good to everyone. If the sick one wasn't me, but someone else, had kiss and hug to save them too. I'm such a fool. What do I do? Why can't Yihan's eyes only see me? His trivial stories, just tell them to me alone. I hate Yihan to death. Why? Why doesn't he have any attachment to me? Even a little. The scene grew dim, her voice clearer, like a monologue after the movie ends. I put his things inside my body. I couldn't hold back. Maybe from the moment I saw him, entangled with the new inner vessel, I went mad. And that dog, he couldn't even bear to throw it away. So why did he want to throw me away? Yihan, I hate you. Han Sheng met Yihan alone. I warned him not to tell Yihan those things, but he spilled everything. Yihan likes money. I'll give him lots and lots of money, but there are too many people around him. Each one seems better than me, this defective item. Even Han Sheng is more interesting than me. Tang Yen, admit it. Every time you say you hate him, you're really saying you love him. Yihan, I love you. Waking from the dream, tears still wet. Tang Yen, panicked, hands and feet clumsy. What's wrong? Feeling unwell. I shook my head, looked straight into the girl's eyes, smiling freely. Nothing, just wanted to tell you, Tang Yen, you're not a defective item, and I love you.